You know that feeling? When you just wish you could feel, well, a bit more comfortable, more natural when you're speaking English. It doesn't really matter if you're just starting out or, you're already pretty far along.
Exactly. We all hit those moments.
Right. So that's what we're going to unpack today in this deep dive. We've pulled together some really practical tips from different places, all about improving those English conversation skills.
And tailored for you, wherever you are on that journey.
Yeah, the mission here is pretty simple, really. We want to equip you with some solid strategies, maybe some phrases you can actually use right away.
So you can feel more confident, more fluent. That's the goal.
Okay, let's dive in. How about we start with small talk, something we all encounter.
Good place to start. Yeah.
Picture this. You're at a cafe, maybe waiting for coffee, and someone next to you smiles, says something like, "Hi, nice day, isn't it? Come here often."
Seems simple, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, for a lot of learners, even that can feel a bit intimidating.
It really can.
And it's so important to remember that feeling a little overwhelmed, totally normal. Honestly, even native speakers can feel awkward with small talk sometimes.
That's true.
The key is try to stay calm and just listen for the main idea, not every single word.
Right.
So in that cafe example, maybe you only catch day and often or regular.
Okay.
That's probably enough. You get the topics, weather, and if you're a regular customer.
You don't need to analyze the whole sentence.
Exactly. Don't overthink it.
Okay, so staying relaxed, listening for the main idea. Building on that, let's talk phrases. One you hear all the time that helps you sound natural is, "How's it going?"
Yes. Good one.
It's just a friendlier, more casual, "How are you?" isn't it?
Totally. You can use it pretty much anywhere casual.
Yeah.
Coffee shop, bumping into someone at work.
Yeah, give it a try. Maybe practice it. If someone asks you, say, "How's it going with your English studies?"
That's a perfect opening, actually. It invites a real answer, not just fine.
Right. Okay, but what about when you genuinely don't understand? It happens.
Oh, for sure.
Instead of just which can sound a bit sharp.
Yeah. A little abrupt sometimes.
A much better way, more polite, is, "Could you say that again?"
Definitely. It's about that politeness factor, isn't it? Could you say that again?
Mm-hmm.
Shows you're listening, you care, but just missed it.
Makes the other person more willing to repeat, I find.
Absolutely. It's a small change, big difference in how it lands.
And then keeping the conversation moving, showing you're interested. A great tool is, "What do you think about?"
Oh yeah, that's super useful.
So versatile. What do you think about this weather? Easy. Or even, what do you think about learning English with podcasts?
See, it just opens the door,
Like not-
it asks for their opinion, makes them feel included.
Gets you past those awkward yes/no answers.
Exactly. It encourages them to share a bit more, builds connection.
Right. Okay, so those are some good foundational phrases for, everyday stuff. Now, how about we look at ways to subtly kind of level up your fluency? Simple word choices that make a difference.
Yeah, sounding a bit more natural, more assured.
Instead of always defaulting to yes,
Yeah.
try mixing in things like absolutely or that's right. It adds a bit more weight, enthusiasm.
It does. It sounds more certain, more engaged.
Yeah.
Think about it. Someone asks, "Do you like coffee?"
Okay.
Saying, "Yes, I enjoy coffee" is fine.
Uh-huh.
But
A bit formal, maybe.
yeah, maybe. Compared to, "Absolutely, I'm a huge coffee fan."
Oh yeah, much more natural, more expressive.
Right. These little upgrades, they add up.
How about another example? Instead of, "Yes, I learn English with podcasts."
Try something like, "I've been practicing English with podcasts. It's a game changer."
Okay. Adds a bit more personality.
Exactly. A touch of your own experience. And look, don't worry about being perfect instantly.
No, definitely not.
Just trying one of these out in your next chat, that's a win.
Good point. Okay, let's shift gears a bit. Thinking about more professional situations now.
Right, maybe things get a bit more complex.
Imagine you're at a conference. Someone just gave a talk on AI. And then someone asks a question like, great presentation. How do you see AI impacting the global market in the next 5 years?
Okay, yeah. That's definitely more involved in the cafe chat.
Right. These faster information-packed conversations can be tricky, even for, really fluent speakers sometimes.
Absolutely, it requires a different kind of listening. But interestingly, the basic strategy is kind of the same.
How so?
Try to catch the main ideas, those keywords. In that AI question, you hear presentation, AI, impacting, market.
Okay, so you grab onto those anchors.
Exactly. Even if you miss some details, those keywords give you the core theme. You know what the conversation is generally about.
Got it. Okay, so let's give people some phrases for those kinds of situations, more polished, professional ones.
Good idea.
Instead of just, I think, which is fine, but maybe try starting with, from where I stand.
Ooh, I like that. Sounds more considered.
Right. It adds a bit of thoughtfulness. Like, from where I stand, AI is really set to change how we work.
Yeah, it signals you're offering a perspective based on, what you know or see. Carries a bit more weight than just, I think.
Okay, and what if you need clarification? Someone's explaining something complex.
Instead of what do you mean? Which can sometimes feel a bit challenging.
Would you mind elaborating on that?
Yes. Much more courteous. It shows you're engaged, you want to understand deeper, but you're asking politely.
Like, would you mind elaborating on the challenges you mentioned?
Perfect. It keeps the tone collaborative, not confrontational. Really important in professional settings.
Definitely. And one more for, say, meetings. When the conversation starts to drift a little,
Happens all the time.
you can gently steer it back with, let's circle back to.
The classic redirect.
Yeah.
Very useful.
Yeah. Like, that's interesting, but maybe let's circle back to the market impact we were discussing.
It's a really effective way to keep things on track without shutting anyone down. Super valuable for meetings.
And the thing is, you don't need a massive list of these.
No, not at all.
Mastering just a couple of these professional phrases can honestly make a big difference in how your English skills are perceived.
Absolutely. It signals confidence and competence.
Okay, so quick recap then. We talked about casual greetings like, how's it going?
Asking for repeats politely with, could you say that again?
Keeping things flowing with, what do you think about?
Yep, and using stronger yes words like absolutely.
And then for those more formal chats, things like, from where I stand.
And would you mind elaborating? Or let's circle back to.
Exactly. So we want to leave you with a little challenge, a mini mission.
Okay.
If you feel you're more towards the beginning of your English journey, your mission for this week, just try using how's it going once in a real situation.
Could be anywhere shop, neighbor, anywhere casual.
Just once. And if you're a bit more advanced,
Your challenge is to try one of those professional phrases, maybe from where I stand, or let's circle back to in your next meeting, or maybe even an online discussion.
yeah, find a natural spot for it.
And remember, the real key is just to try. Don't aim for perfection straight away. Pick one phrase that feels okay for you and give it a shot.
Please be proud of yourself for making the effort. Seriously, every little bit of practice counts. It all adds up.
It really does. And we'll definitely dig into more ways to boost that confidence in future deep dives.
For sure. So here's a final thought for you to maybe chew on.
Okay.
Just think about how consciously trying out even one or two of these new phrases might actually change how you feel about your own speaking.
Your self-perception?
And maybe even how other people start responding to you. Sometimes those small intentional tweaks can make the biggest difference.